insecurity has been killing Nigerians for a while now. Well, it has gone beyond having it from a particular region in the country. It has spread. I can tell you for free that in part of Edo State, there are people that don't go out in the morning again. Just of recent, not too far from where I reside, people don't go out again. You come out in the morning, you are accosted and your things are taken, and in most cases, these persons are kidnapped. Kidnapping has become a normal business in Nigeria, and all we get from the government is sending representatives to pay condolence visits and giving assurances of how they are going to end insecurity and banditry. Comrade Kelly, if you're still there, I'd like you to help us. Just of recent, some people were abducted, and a whooping sum of 40 trillion naira was requested for their release. And the government is saying don't pay any ransom. How are we going to strike a balance, Comrade Kelly?
The problem we have there is that insecurity is becoming staple. That is to say that it's all over there, and we have the government. It has not been updated, and it does not appear as if we can, as it stands today, because it's moving from one part of the country to the other. It's spreading like you actually observed. And now, what is left for us? The security agencies are overwhelmed as it is. If you take it from the point of poor remuneration and, of course, bad condition of work, then you find out that you cannot even totally blame them for perhaps not bringing up to the situation to arrest the insecurity situation in the country. And now, if you say, oh, well, don't pay ransom, what do you have available that can rescue the people? And at what speed are you able to put that before us in order that those who are kidnapped or taken a hostage by force will be released quickly? So you find out that you cannot even be able to say this is what it should be and this is what it should not be. Because if they are taking a ransom act that they are paid, they are likely to come out quickly, alive. And if you say don't pay, what do you have? How are you going about releasing these people in such a way that casualties will not be there? You have only few cases in Nigeria where people were actually released without paying ransom. Very few significant cases. Quite a number that has happened is the massive ransoms were paid. So if you say don't do that, I wonder, the government must, who are in charge of this, must be able to convince the people this is what we will do to make sure that not paying ransom is better for us than paying ransom in circumstances of kidnapping.
Okay, government is saying. Okay, we'll get back to you, Comrade Kelly. Government is saying don't pay ransom. Amnesty International, they are saying just within 10 days, over 700 persons have been kidnapped. Just within 10 days, just within the last 1 week.
Yes.
Is it normal?
These things are abnormal, and I'm telling you,
because it's becoming a norm.
It's becoming a norm gradually. It's becoming, when these issues started, it sounded strange, but right now it's no longer sounding strange. It's like an everyday conversation. Just a few days ago, a friend of mine was telling me of how they were accosted. He was there. In fact, they shot at him, shot at someone else. They picked a baby from a woman's back and smashed the baby on the ground. These guys are heartless. Wow. But I have a question to ask you. I know you are the interviewer. I want to ask, is it that the Nigerian executive system, the Nigeria security system, do not actually have what it takes to secure Nigeria and fight against insecurity? I would make it a rhetorical question and give you the answer. Okay. The answer is...
I was about answering and telling you that's the reason why we brought you here to the studio.
The answer is simple. The answer is that we have all it takes. Are you aware? I watched a documentary on a reputable TV station, I wouldn't want to mention name, and it is the journalist interviewing the kidnappers. Now, how did you get in there? How did you know where they were? What security took you all the way from from London down to Nigeria and right down to their camp? So that means they are traceable, they are findable. So what's wrong with us? For me, I feel that the issue of insecurity has become a system problem. It's a systemic problem in Nigeria. It is now dealing with our plants. It's now dealing with our process. It is now a political tool being used. I must say the truth, because that's what it is. We have everything that it takes to curb I'm a fellow of Institute of Security in Nigeria.
Okay.
And as a fellow, I have quite some intel and connections. And I begin to ask myself some questions on a daily basis. After we have our conventions and our meetings, the question is very simple. Why are we here? Why are we having this problem? We have this technical know-how. We have these technical personalities. We can seek aids for other things that Nigeria needs. We need aids here, we need aids there. Why are we ignoring the most important aspect of Nigeria? This aspect of Nigeria has deprived us from investors. I'm sure that you are aware that a lot of people, companies and organizations that had invested in Nigeria has left this country because of insecurity problem. Now, what is the impact on our economy? How has it impacted the common man? These are the issues that we are having. The ripple effect is uncontrollable. So I feel very strongly that the problem of insecurity is a system problem that is solvable, but then we are paying lip service again, to this particular issue without giving pragmatic actions.
Comrade Kelly, quickly, let's get your insight. Are we playing politics with the lives of Nigerians? Is that what is happening now?
Let me agree with that, because just like the opinion expressed, why I am not taking it a hook, line, sinker that we have all that it takes to solve the problems of Nigeria, insecurity-wise. I wish to say that yes, if the little available to us is put into it, then I think quite a percentage of insecurity problems would have been solved. So to this extent, everything that is done by the any politician, the top-ranking ones, shows that the life of the people of the countries, having taken for granted in terms of what is going on right now. Like it just like they mentioned, and like I said earlier, when the entire country seems to be in penury, quite a lot of people here do not have what it takes to keep alive in 24 hours. Does not have it economically. So then what are we talking about? So whatever problem that has even to do with insecurity cannot be unconnected with the extreme poverty that has been fostered around the necks of the people, like I said earlier. Now, those who are kidnappers, where are they from? Are they Nigerians? Are they foreigners? And all of that. So what can the country, what can the government of the day do to rehabilitate these ones and be sure that they are taking off the streets and the bushes? Are we doing that? So, yes, there's politics in it, I must tell you.
Okay, let's now take it further. You want to add something before we go?
No. I totally agree with him.
You agree with him?
I do, yes.
So can we end insecurity? You say they are traceable.
Yes.
Is government wasting its fund?
I might just take that question. Because there are multiple questions you've just asked. So let me answer the first one, which is it solvable? The answer is there's no problem that is not solvable if all parties involved are willing to go the mile. Like Comrade said, we may not have all that we need, because of course there are things that nobody is sufficient, nothing is totally sufficient. But then what we have is actually good enough to fight this. But I still stand my ground by saying that there's been a lot of lip service on this matter. When there is a major issue, you find them, send them someone, damage control. It's more of focusing on repairing the image that is being damaged than actually solving the problem. So I have a lot against that. Now, if it is solvable, yes, it is, but then all hands must be on deck. Every one of us must take that decision and say, okay, we would want to do all that we can to create a solution to this. Because number one, these guys are using sophisticated weapons. Who gave those weapons to them? How did those weapons enter the country? If you want to begin to trace the dynamics, the roots, the nucleus of insecurity in Nigeria, you will go deeper than you are expecting. I'm telling you, who is feeding them? Who is taking care of them? How can they live in a community where we have, if you want to go anywhere in Nigeria, you could use the Google map? That means that everybody, everything in Nigeria, we have the technical know-how. I know what I'm talking about. We can actually track I know what I'm talking about. But because we have not totally made up our mind to fight this, and I still say, as long as we keep using kidnapping and other insecurity apparatus as a political campaign mechanism, as a tool for discrediting the present government or the ruling parties or whatever, as long as we continue in that perception, I tell you, we are not going to make a headway. If we want to solve the issue of insecurity, we need to be honest with ourselves. That's all I would say.